My initial reason for doing the course is I met two lovely women who knew I was volunteering my time working with young people. I really undervalued my skill set, and because I didn't have any paper qualifications relating to sports coaching as what I was doing, I really undervalued what I was doing. And both those women saw something in me, I think, that I didn't see myself, and suggested Joe's course. Thought, oh, that sounds interesting. I'd like to do it. And I was just blown away by what I learned about myself, about other people, even about other organizations. It wasn't until I'd done that course I just started to realize, wow, I've got a lot more skills. Like, I was holding my own self back because of a piece of paper. Joe's course made me recognize that about myself. There's too much value on a piece of paper sometimes and not enough on skills, experience, and qualities. Like, you can't always be taught qualities, but you just got to value them. When I first started the course, I was working for one organisation with community groups and volunteering a lot of my time working with young people. And then since then, I've moved to a different organisation, and I am now a support worker for adults with autism and learning difficulties. And I love my job. Emotional sometimes when I'm talking of it, and I'm conscious of that because I can't always get over just how much I value myself now. And I was quite old when I started to appreciate that. And I was saying, but it's good. I'm a valuable asset. That's what I took away from that course, definitely. And that's why I get a bit emotional, because it was life-changing. I gained a lot personally as well, like the skills I use now that I never really recognized about myself that I was using in say work, and I do it now with my children, when with friends, like. And I also learned to step back and look after myself, and I think I didn't always do that, and I did go through a bit of a rocky patch where I wasn't. But then as time went on, I started to think, no, this is wrong. I have to look after myself. And I stopped feeling guilty about it. As a mum, you think, oh my God, I've got to do this, do this, do this. But I just think, no, if I need to recharge my batteries, my children aren't going to suffer in any way, shape, or form from not having a day out, from me just laying and reading a book, which is what I love doing. So we've sort of slowed down a bit as well. And I think that's had a knock-on effect on them. They sort of appreciate their time and space. And maybe I wasn't doing that because I felt like, oh my God, to be the perfect mum, I have to take them out all the time, and we have to be doing, and never really realized that just taking time out for yourself is actually really beneficial. And going forward through the lockdown and COVID, I took those skills forward, and I think I just thought, oh, right, this is great. So I'm going to read a book. I've got loads of time. So I've read so many books. Me doing that, I've had to not force it on my family, but we've all all benefited from me slowing down, me appreciating myself, because for me, the whole thing is, it's not just work, it's life. And I always say there's 3 women who changed my life. And that was the 2 ladies who directed me the course, and Joe, and I really do appreciate that so much. I've started to not really care so much what people think. Like, if they don't like me, they don't like me. That me. 3 years on, I've learned to appreciate myself. Like, for example, I'm not constantly on my phone. Emails, like, I just put it down. Like, and I genuinely never used to be off. So where I work now, it's like, you don't do your emails till you're in work. So my time off is my time off. It's my time to recharge. So I enjoy and feel the benefit of it. Whereas before, it was like I was having to work, answer messages when I was supposed to be off. So I never felt like I ever got time away from work. And even when I tried to say, no, I'm not, that caused issues. So, but I still stuck to my guns and thought, no, I need to look after myself and because I can't look after my family if I don't look after myself. And I do, and even now, like, I'll be honest with my husband, I think we both appreciate that work is work and home is home, and we try and keep that, I think. I refuse to answer if someone messages me who isn't in work, what's going on, I won't actually answer them, because I try and say to them, pass the messages on that you need to chill out. So it's still going to be there when you come in. So take your time off, because otherwise they're going to be, I try and pass on the message that you've got to take a step away. I don't feel guilty now if I spend a morning in bed reading. So it's fine, whereas I used to. So 3 years on, I'm actually like buzzing. I think I'm calmer, more relaxed. I just seem to have a lot of fun, just enjoy life, which is what it should be, isn't it? I heard this thing where you spend so much of your time at work, it's worth finding something that you enjoy and suits you. And I totally agree, and I keep thinking about that message. Going forward, I would never have. I almost, in one way, feel a little bit frustrated now, because I've so recognised that actually I'm a leader. I think what Joe's course did is help you realise the qualities and skills, and hopefully pass them on. I definitely think if you're an effective leader, it affects who you work with and how you work with people and the people you impact on. So your colleagues, or if you're not a very good leader, then I know it can affect people badly, and affect their mental health and their home life and everything. And I just think more people should learn. Leader, definitely, and more organizations and stuff should just take those steps. And actually, I think that if I'm really brutally honest, I think a lot of organizations, probably their workforce mental health would be reduced massively if they had effective leaders in place, because those leaders would put a value on mental health and not, put all the steps in place to make sure that you work for, if someone's really stressed out, they're not going to work properly. So, they say about workplace stress and all this sort of stuff. I think it should be a prescription. I would definitely recommend them. I would recommend them across the board. As I said, huge, huge impact going forward. And I think it's not just for one day or, 3 years. I know that I will carry that with me for my life now. I genuinely believe everybody should do it, just not even from the work's perspective, which has changed massively, but from yourself. Huge. It's huge. I mean, like, I've had counseling, I've had CBT, I've had all different therapies. I've suffered with anxiety on and off, but I really like what I took from that course. I carry 3 years later, I'm carrying that forward. You don't get that many things that impact you so much, do you really? Like, especially courses, which can be quite boring at times. I've done loads of courses, and I just wanted to do, I actually think, oh my God, I want to do more. I wish you'd do a level 4 or a level 5, because I just want to keep doing it, because it was just like, wow. What else can I felt like a sponge. I got a joy of learning back that I haven't had for a long time,